Lincoln was, at his press conference, was saying that you guys are close and that you feel like you're close to playing good defense. And he said, sure, you gave up some things Saturday, but you won the game. And talk about that aspect of how close you are. And what is it? I mean, is it one or two things can turn this thing around, or is it still a number of things, or how do you look at it?
Well, just like we began, we're going to stay with what I think they need right now is just still preaching fantastic effort. And, we see it like we want it in spots. Got to continue pressing that. Again, fundamental type things. That's always been since this thing happened, we've emphasized that. That'll be continued. We keep emphasizing, make sure we understand situations of the game, third downs, those type of things, and with all of us. And then the last is just keep playing. Something tough happens, keep playing. Something great happens, keep playing. So that part hasn't changed.
Is that tough going with 2 games left in the regular season to have to keep reinforcing that kind of stuff?
No, not for me, because when I evaluate it from the whole part, I go back to that and making sure that, because if that increases, everything else will increase. And they have to want to, just like the day in practice, yesterday in practice. We have to pull them back because they're going hard. Games are different, but effort part is getting better. Of course, I have a high expectation of perfect effort. And then with fundamentals, Monday's a little bit because it's not a long day. Tuesday's a little bit longer, so big fundamental day, and tomorrow will be. And then situations of the game that's involved in really yesterday a little bit, 1st and 10 open downs, and today red zone and open field and 3rd and long versus Coach Riley. And tomorrow will be similar, so it'll be 2-minute drill. So situations that we're teaching, that's a part of it. And then within practice, the forget it and drive on, play the next play. We made some good plays today, and then now line up, play the next one. And of course, facing our offense, there'll be some tough plays. Hey, we stop it, okay, good, line up, play again. So that emphasis will never stop.
Looks like sometimes your secondary plays off quite a bit on the outsides and things like that. And so those of us that maybe don't know football as much as you do, we will automatically say, hey, it looks like you're not very aggressive or you're playing off. Tell us a little bit about the philosophy there, and are you more aggressive if you move forward, and do you think about pressing more at the line of scrimmage?
Well, a lot of times you can determine the routes. If you're pressed, most of the time you're going to get a fade, deep fade or post. We know that. If you're off, a lot of times you maybe can determine what routes, whether a stop route or outcut, those type of things. So we have times where we'll tighten down to being man. To a normal eye, you wouldn't notice it. So there are certain things I think you got to be right up in someone's face to be in man defense or zone, but you can play off and be in man coverage. And it's new form, so we'll keep pressing and working on it.
Ruffin, it seems like the College Football Playoff Committee puts so much emphasis on defense. Do you think there's too much emphasis on defense in their eyes?
I mean, that group committee, they have to do the criteria they think. And as a coach or with your players, yes, we want to be a well-rounded football team. I've always talked about complementary football. We understand that. But the one thing that I will not neglect, I will not let our kids, as long as I'm responsible for them, neglect is the ability to win a football game. Sometimes that gets lost a little bit to me. Yeah, you want it to be, I know the criteria they're asking, and we strive for that. But the main stride that I take personally is to make sure they understand, guys, this is what you did positively, here's some things to work on. But the biggest positive that you won the football game, you kept fighting. A lot of teams would have not fought. And a lot of teams would not that. But doing on the sideline, we were able to make some adjustments. On the sideline, we were able to grasp what we had to do. 2-point play going up, we were able to do that. Those type things, to me, matter. Now, to the outside criteria, I can't control what the committee wants or what they look for. I just wake up and try to do the best job I possibly can and keep expecting a lot of myself, our staff, and our players.
Ruffin, what do you guys have to do to start forcing more turnovers?
We do turnover drill on Wednesdays, and we strip it every day. So sometimes that's the luck of the bounce. I've been on some teams that we've gotten a bunch. This is one of the teams I've been a part of that have the most tackle for losses. Go back and sort of check that a little bit and say how many tackle for losses does this team have. So Turnovers are great. We look for them because I mentioned that thing the other night about getting our offense more possessions. That's very big in our minds as a staff, and our defense knows that we got our offense. Most times, 11 possessions per game. That's on the average, about 11, 10, 11, sometimes straight a little more. So if we can get our offense 2 to 3 more possessions, either by a turnover or a force of punt, that's also a turnover of the ball. So a lot of times turnovers, think interception, fumbles, we look for that too. But also a turnover, just a little bit, how many times we force them to punt and get the ball back to our offense. To me, man, maybe I think a little bit different than normal people, but stopping them and having a chance to punt, especially when you got a guy like CD back there to return it and give us some positive yardage or get the ball with the offense as a plus. But we preach turnovers every day.
Ruffin, have you been able to put your finger on red zone defense? You guys, 34, 35 times the opponent scored once they get in the red zone, and 30 of those have been touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, just the importance of a field goal would almost be a win at this time in some points.
Well, we press it every day. We go red zone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. So, keep pressing it. That's a place where you got to be able to make competitive plays, and we'll keep pressing. But we work red zone every day, and we watch film on the opponent's red zone, and we work it and do a good job executing. It comes down to 50-50 balls and competitive plays a lot of times, and we ain't got our share down there, but we'll keep working for it.
You're starting Caleb Kelly at the will. Talk about that decision and what he can bring to your defense moving forward.
Experience.
I mean, at the Sam. I'm sorry.
Sam, experience for one. Caleb wanted to come in and ask to be moved to an inside linebacker position at the beginning of the year, so we abided by his wishes, and we went to him and said, hey, look, we miss your experience and miss your ability out there at edge, and he was great about it. So, him on the field is a very comfortable feeling for me, knowing that he's out there. But, Caleb wanted to be moved inside, and he can be a great inside linebacker, but, we got 2 guys playing pretty good in there, and we wanted to put him back outside and get an experienced playmaker out there, and Caleb feels that bill pretty well.
How much can he help your pass rush?
Caleb is not a twitchy. He's long and lengthy and smart. So we'll use him as much as we possibly can, but we also have to do what he does best. And he's long and lengthy, really good in pass coverage, covers ground with his length.
Ruffin, when did you go to Caleb and with the idea that you were missing his experience and wanted to get him on the field? Maybe not you, but the team, the coaches.
The week after, about 2 weeks ago, and the week game he started, and he'll be there this week.
So he doesn't have 2 positions now? You think he's there at the Sam for good?
Right now for this year?
Yeah.
Yep, and then, go back inside. I think he wanted to play inside, and that's what he expressed to us. And so, but Caleb's a team guy, and, we had some guys at that spot, but to have Caleb not on the field, we felt like that was very necessary.
And Lincoln said he graded out really high. Why did he grade out high in your mind?
Experience, repetitions. A lot of times, freshmen are put up there, but a guy he's won 2 rings already, being here and playing and been a part, and then as a starter, so he understood the tempo of the game. He made some mistakes here and there, but tempo, experience, haven't been there before, there's no substitute for that.
You feel like that guy